What I'm being taught is my mom's classic challah recipe that she does pretty much every week. It's really good, but I've actually never really helped make it, except like maybe pretending when I was little.
I watched my mother make challah from the earliest times I can remember. We couldn't get it where we lived, but her mother also made challah every week, and that she brought with her from Poland.
I told my mother, okay, so now I have a recipe, so what do I do? So she says, well, you put it, you put the flour like so on the board. You make a well like you were making noodles, and you pour everything into the well, and bring it all together. Well, I couldn't do that.
High school athlete, eats a lot. My mom was always baking bread. And also because she told me, if you're going to keep eating all this bread, you better have to bake. Fascinated with fermentation. You're harnessing a biological process. So, you know, what's happening here? You have yeast. You know, we have rapid rise yeast today. And the yeast is a microorganism, eats the sugar, its byproducts are alcohol and carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide gets trapped in the gluten, which is a protein in the bread flour, and it holds the carbon dioxide, and that's what makes it rise. And you start off with ingredients that really don't look very appetizing, and you have something that's completely amazing.
Part of it is the physical aspect of it. It's actually a very physical activity in the kneading and the forming.
Nobody does.
Value of the home being the home in Shabbat, just being so central to the kedusha of Shabbat.
It's certainly become part of the ritual of making Shabbat. So it doesn't feel right when you don't. It's rote almost that Friday morning you wake up and the first thing you do is you start your yeast and you start your challah, and then you move on to the other things you have to do during the day.
What I want my kids to understand about food is that to be thoughtful about where food comes from and be thoughtful about how we get food and how food is prepared. And for me, that there are a few ways in which we do that in our family. One is by making brachot on food that we eat, so that we can be more mindful about where it comes from, and just mindful before we put things in our mouths about what they are. And the other is by preparing food together and finding ways to find joy in preparing food, because they really invest themselves in the creation of the food, in participating in the creation of the food.
Most things, when you make them, you really appreciate them. You taste them differently.
Proud moments of with my children who are spread out is that the one who is a farmer in New Hampshire, he makes challah for Shabbat. My daughter, who's in the Midwest, she makes challah. And my son, who is in Boston, he makes challah. So the continuity is very central.
It is an important part of the Jewish identity for me. First of all, like I find anything, like I mentioned, the chemistry and the biology of it, this really is biology as well. And anytime to me that's all evidence of creation at work. So I always find something spiritual in that. And because the challah is such a part of our ritual, then many times that's my contribution to like community lunch or dinner or something, and so that feels so easily buy it that tastes good.
It's create every week. It's not me creating it, obviously. Hashem has a little bit of part of it.
You can put something made with love and from scratch and on the table for your family to enjoy, and that they get great enjoyment out of eating that, something that you've made, as opposed to going to the grocery store or the bakery to buy it. For me, adds great meaning, because every time they'll take a piece of challah later on in life, whether they've made it or not, to me that doesn't matter if they make it or not, they'll hopefully remember that, every Shabbat, either we all made challah together, or they'll remember that I made challah for them, and from that, also that their bubby made challah. So, it's generational.
More instead of not enough. That's good. That's good. Okay, just give a few tiny few more flour, the more dense it is. So, okay, so it's a little bit, okay. Now, sort of sprinkle a little bit.